Guys, I had box braids. This is a Love Kinks grey hair tie. These hair ties are everything. So I had box braids. I've had them for 2.5 weeks and I washed them last night. And then I'm going to actually take them off soon. Yo, I just unload. Okay, guys. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just had breakfast and now I am having chai tea. Guys, I used to be so obsessed with this Woolies chai tea in honors, like in university. I was drinking a lot of tea in honors here, so weird, because I was writing my thesis and it was just stressful. And now I bought it again. I'm 90. I'm having even 2 tea bags. It's a bit too strong, but I usually have 2 tea bags if my cup is bigger than 250. Hi my people. So today we are talking about different business types and the purpose of them and what they can do for you or for your life. And I'm going to show you my 2 options for my Love Kinks office. Guys, it feels so nice to have my at-home office space to myself, because before I just felt like I was using the same space for too many things and I was just not centered. Because at first I was doing Love Kinks from my lounge, and then we moved to this 3 bedrooms so that I could have a 3rd bedroom as an office. It worked very well, but Love Kinks just took over. Even when I've got visitors, they can't even use this space as an office because it's just so packed. So now that we're moving to a Love Kinks office, I've emptied out, the shelves are gone, and like it just feels nice. I'll show you guys it's not that, like, it's not done up, but I mean it's just chilled. I'll show you this office space when I show you the new office space once we've moved in. I'd love to move in 1st of September, but I'm thinking maybe for administrative purposes 1st of August, so that we're ready 30 days before the launch of the products, and we're just in rhythm before like the launch. Because if we move it 1st of September, the products are launching 1st of September. It's looking like 1st of September instead of August now. It might be a bit rush, so it might move in 1st of August so that we can just, it'll be a quiet month because we're still preparing. We'll be like packing and all of that stuff. Guys, I think my sweater is so cute. It's this Garfield sweater. I love it so much. I got it from Factory. Actually, let me show you my favorite lip glosses. I've got them right now. Guys, on Instagram, people ask me all the time what I use. And the problem with Instagram is that even if you post it once a week, there'll still be someone asking you where you got something. And also, I actually don't like that thing where every single time I post, not every single time, but like 95% of the time, someone will be like, where'd you get that candle? Where did you get that thing? Where'd you get that? No, what's your hair color? Guys, it's so exhausting, especially the higher followers you have, the more questions you asked. I mean, you get asked. And then the weird thing is that when I see stuff that I like, I also ask. So it's like, it's stressful when it's a lot of followers. But like if it's my sister and I'm like, okay, take a like she was wearing this Woolies bodysuit and I was like, and then where do I buy it? And then she told me Woolies. But imagine like she had 300,000 followers and like, I mean, loads more people asking. Shame, life is tricky. So it's these lip glosses. I do have 2. I just like options. I don't like not having to swap from purse to purse. It gets really tiring, and the reason I don't like that is because I always forget. So this has been on my mind for a while, ne? So I was thinking, it's so weird because guys, I'm just tying my hair up again. It's so weird. Every time I've got braids, I always prefer having them up. I'm just hiding the hair tie with my braid. Okay, boom shaka style. Okay, so I did a questionnaire, a business questionnaire on Instagram, like a few months ago or weeks ago, maybe a month ago. So I realized that people ask the same business questions, and I realized, okay, I think we all go into business for similar reasons. And I was like, there's so many different business types and different reasons why people get into business, that the questions we ask and the reasons we go into business should be more nuanced. So I'll start with why people get into business. Okay, so you have people that grew up in families that were business oriented, and those people start like the skills transfer process when they're still young. They see their parents' office. Like if I have a child, my child would be like in this office daily, seeing me packing orders, or even like I was reading a book by Judy Lamini called Equal But Different, and most of the ladies have prior business experience from when they were young, so they were exposed to business. The one lady, her mom was a street vendor, and then she saw just how money moves and like learned a few things that if you didn't have a mother who was trading daily, you wouldn't see. So that pre-exposure to business, and then after matric, leaving and joining your parents in whatever business they're doing, or if you go to varsity, get the skills first, then join, or even if you join first and then go to varsity to get the theory after or in between. It's a different reason. For example, my brothers joined my dad's business right after matric. They went later on to get skills that they needed to support the business, but to this day they run that business. So that person, all they know is entrepreneurship. My dad's never had a 9 to 5. All he knows is entrepreneurship. That person's very different from the next person. Then you get those people that are, I call them hustlers. So they just want to have a business by any means. Like they see themselves as entrepreneurs. They see themselves as people that don't want to be employed. They see themselves as people that bosses, and those people will do any business as long as it's business. I've met a few people like that, or I've met a few people like that. They can have a B&B. They can have multiple streams of income, all business, right? And then you get people like me who couldn't be bothered about business. There's a Facebook post I had where I was like, I'll never ever be a business person, because I just saw the stress my dad went through growing up. He even had like chronic headaches. I think it was my dad or brother, I'm not sure, where they went to the headache doctor and headache clinic here in Mill Park. They had so much stress that something was wrong with their neck that was causing them severe headaches. And like, I just didn't like the idea of being a business person, a business owner. So I liked the stability of 9 to 5. So I studied urban and regional planning, not obviously knowing how secure the job market is as a town planner. But I was thinking, I'm passionate about this, I'm good at this. Okay, let me go for 9 to 5. And boom, out of nowhere, I started a hobby. And then that hobby, which was making satin pillowcases to help people retain moisture in their hair overnight, became a business. I met a person who's into business who then saw how that could become a business, and yeah, we made it a business. There's so many different reasons why people get into business. So you get what I'm getting at, right? There's also emotional reasons where someone wants to be at home with their baby, or you have like people that don't cope in 9 to 5 environments and they find it very depressing. They don't want to climb the corporate ladder, so maybe they do at home schooling for kids, or they open a business where they're doing tutorials. If they say they're a teacher and they don't like the teaching environment, so they start a tutoring business. So there's just many reasons. So now looking at the reasons and leading up to what the purpose of each of those businesses is, so different, guys. So you get businesses that are going to be billion rand or $1 billion businesses. Your Amazons, your Airbnbs, those are businesses that are, because of 4IR, are digital. So they're easily scalable. Those get like the highest, largest number of private investors interested, right? So it's like you've got a product. Let's say you've got a software solution for a business, let's say a payroll solution, and you want to sell it to businesses. So you can sell it to what company employs a lot of people. I'll give an example: government. So you want to sell it to government, and you want people to have an improved payroll system. They say they get their pay slips digitally or whatever. And you've got this all-in-one solution. That business is scalable. That business, you can literally make $1 billion from that business in the space of a year. Yes, the hustling phase will take long. The phase where you're finding investors, you're convincing people of this idea, you're testing whether it works, buying the software or like whatever you need for the software to work, and the testing, that will be costly. So it's high cost but very high return. I'm sure there's theory on this, but I'm just speaking on what I've experienced. And I think my experience always involves a little bit of reading. But this one, don't quote me. We're just having a conversation. So there's that, right? And then you have businesses that are almost impossible to scale. So you've got, let's say you are a tutor, right? So you teach grade high school students maths. It's hard to scale that. So because it's physical, you're using your brain. Yes, you can get other teachers or other people. Their skills will be different from yours. Their personalities will be different from yours. So it's going to be hard to keep up the consistency of the offer. Of what the business is offering. So it's like high training, and then you need a physical space where you teach the kids. Are you going to the kids' homes? Everyone needs a car. Are you doing it at your center? Not everyone needs a car, but the physical rent of it all. So that's very hard to scale because it's physical, it's your brain. Yeah. So, and then you get like a business like mine where I've got a factory, 2 factories sewing products. I can import stuff from China. I'm getting hair products, which are great because they're made in a factory and they delivered to me. So that business is sort of like medium scalable because I can high scale produce in a factory, but at the same time, there can't be another Sino. So it's hard to sell because people buy the story and the person. They don't really buy only the product. So the brand identity of Love Kinks is very tied to me, and it's very tied to what I've built over the last 7 years through hair care tutorials and me just sharing my life and how I live naturally with my hair. So that's a pun, how I live naturally. I should have just kept it that. So anyway, so that's medium scale. So my point is that these 3 different businesses will yield different revenues. So the one can be $1 billion business. The other one will be medium. They can get to like worth of like, let's say 600 million, billion, not sure. And then the other one, basically like its revenue is always going to be limited unless they get a technical solution. Let's say then they roll out the tutoring via an app. So that's scalable. So now I feel like with these different types of businesses and the reasons people get into businesses, there's different expectations, right? So you can't expect to, in the first year of owning a tutoring business, to buy a 3 million rand car. And then also you can't expect to all have a big ass mansion with 100 bedrooms because revenue will serve you differently. Some people, let's say the tutoring person. So let's say the tutoring person decides, I'm going to keep this low scale. I'm going to do this from my backyard in my little cottage, and I'm going to tutor 30 kids. So that's enough for her to just not have a 9 to 5. And that's enough for her to sustain her life, pay off her mortgage, not pay off, but pay for her mortgage, have an average car. She can actually be fine with that for the rest of her life. And then there's let's say the person in the middle, their revenue and profit margins will allow them to buy a Porsche or whatever car, have a medium scale house, and then maybe if they want to sell, and they say the business gets to a point where it's valued at 400 million, they sell, they get out, and then that's their retirement plan. And they never have to go back to a 9 to 5 as well. So it's security. So the key to business and entrepreneurship is that there needs to be security, that you never have to depend on someone else if it's a successful business. And then you have the people with the tech businesses. Those people are going to be $1 billion people. So I just feel like when we're going into business, we need to be very aware of our background and why we're getting into it and how. And then we need to be aware of the type of business and how scalable it is. And then we need to be aware of the type of revenue we're going to get and what the profit margins are going to be and what kind of life that can afford us. We can't all go into business so that we can have mansions and Porsches. Like, it just doesn't work like that. Sometimes business is just about fulfillment. For example, even in my business, there's stages where my business, I'm just happy that I'm not in an office and I don't have to, my benefits are not having to wake up early, being warm throughout winter. I haven't experienced winter in like 4 years since I left my job, 3 to 4 years, because I'm warm in my bed, in my house with my heater on at all times. I can go to gym at 11, 1, whenever I want to go. I can travel. Like for the last 4 months, I've been traveling. No one's ever called me asking me about my leave days. So sometimes that's the fulfillment. And sometimes you get to splurge, and maybe there's different stages, right? So let's say in 5 years or 10 years, guys, I met this brilliant business owner. He's had a business since he was 23 or 24. He's now bought his first He's now bought his first really expensive car. It was a 3 million rand car and he bought it cash. And he is 45 now. So his business has been around for 22 years. I'm not sure about the exact age, but I know it's more than 21 years of owning the business. So only 21 years later, he's able to buy a luxury car cash. But guys, this guy is now making money. So the first 5 years is establishing whether the business works. Let's say the next 5 years is trying to find suppliers, trying to find reliable suppliers. Maybe the next 5 years, like let's say at the 15-year mark, you're trying to be your own supplier for everything that you need. And then in that last stretch to that 20-year mark, that's when you're making the big bucks, but now you're paying loads of tax, loads of VAT, you're figuring that situation out. And at like 40 years old, 40 is relatively young, right? A lot of like really rich people are not that young. There's very few people that are super rich, like Kylie Jenner and those types that are super rich. But most rich people from business are 40 up because it takes time. So I think when I met that guy and I saw that, I was like, wow, it completely changed my perspective about the timelines and expectations that I should have from my business. So Love Kinks is a 20-year road for me. Yes, I could probably buy a luxury car next year. If I don't have kids, yes, I can make that trade-off. So I feel like we need to get to a point where we know what our timelines are. Is it a 20-year business? Is it a 5-year business? Close it, or is it a 10-year business and sell it when the value is at a place where you're happy with? Basically, my point is that we should just look at business differently than this one lens, and like the questions that we ask are very, and the questions that we ask about business are very limited and they're very not nuanced, and I think we should read more about business and types of businesses. Anyway, so the fun part, let me show you the Love Kinks offices. There's 2 options. I didn't want to look at lots of options because I hate being confused and stressed. So I want 2 options, both under 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes away from home. I like that because it's close, and even on my laziest day, it's very easy for me to go. And I'm gonna have a full-time employee there at the office, and I'll be in and out. So I like a room with lots of light. I literally said when I was looking to all the agents, light, please, window, please. I don't want a parking lot facing office. I don't mind, but there needs to be some green. And yeah, so I've got 2 options, and I'd like you guys to please help me choose. One. I'm set on one because I love the office block, but the other one seems to be practical. So do I tap into the 20-year timeline and just go for the cheaper one that's not necessarily what I desire? Or do I invest in how I feel, my mental health, and just like the environment of the space? Because the other one that I like has a nice cafeteria. It's got a lot of businesses and a lot of like-minded people, I hope. So I can meet people, I can socialize. So there's different benefits to both. But guys, you'll let me know down in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it every single time. The next video is definitely going to be how to use the Love Kinks hair products tutorial. I'm going to use the serum, I'm going to use the oil, I'm going to use the cream. So you guys will see it on my natural hair. So I have to first take these out. And that should be in the next month. Guys, one thing about things, they take long. But let them take long, because once you rush them, you're bound to make mistakes. Okay, anyway, before I get into a different topic, thank you for watching. See you next time. Guys. Hi, guys. Oh, the lighting sucks. Hi, how are you? Love Kinks is ready for an office. So I just hate wasting money. So I've wanted an office for a while. I just kept on pulling myself back saying, do you really need an office? Because I didn't have enough stuff that I was selling yet to require an office. But now that we're releasing hair products, I definitely need the storage space, and I also need to sell during December, because I find that when I go away in December or just go on holiday, exposure. When I go away in December or go on holiday, I cannot sell. Sorry about the sun, but now I've got the perfect employee, and she'll be stationed at the office at all times, and I'll come in even if it's an hour daily or full days when needed, and then she can also be here during December. Okay, so which side are we going? The yard out there is quite run down. Oh.
Why are you doing this? Go like this.
Huh. Zoom out.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to use my tech.
Yeah. Can we do something?
Even my laptop, I don't think I really use it optimally. I like this frosted glass, which is great.
What does your website sell?
I'll show you. I sell hair care products.
Oh, yeah.
So I currently had accessories, but with the accessories, I was basically raising capital to do my own hair products.
Okay.
So I. How's the office market since everyone's working from home?
Fully stocked canteens as well.
Oh, great!
Yeah, they don't charge you for that.
They don't charge for the coffee.
No.
What?
Yeah.
Is it good coffee or is it
It's for your
instant? What a.
instant. So you got a little cool chart outside.
Oh,
There's a little
nice.
cool chart at the back.
I'll bring my coffee machine.
We can open that door.
It's fine. We don't need to. Don't stress. Egg chairs. This is my vibe. Okay, this is the second option. It's the campus. I already love the security here. They won't let you in, doll. Like the other one, the security is quite lame. They just let you in. It could work though. The lame security could work though because my courier guys come in and out, and I've got 5 different couriers coming in and out. So if each time they give them problems, it might be problematic. But also, I'm thinking all my courier companies do come to the campus daily. So I'm sure they're used to the system. Another thing I'm considering is here, the space is smaller. So they give you like 10 square meters. The other one that we just saw is 18 square meters for half the price. So I think, but then the yard isn't as nice. Okay. I like that the passage is quite wide. Yeah. This is much better.
This is much better.
At least because in the light.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You get an office line, or this is someone else's office. Okay. This is nice though, because I won't need this furniture. I'll just need chairs and one desk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.